Flip van der Merwe, and I'm a rugby player and an entrepreneur. Off the field, I actually do a little bit of everything, in fact. I'm involved with the insurance startup, SA Sure. We develop new insurance products and then try and collaborate with insurance companies and get them into the market. I'm always also in partnership with General Blue Star Financial Services. And then we have a little hobby called Academy of Coffee that actually showing some promise. So I think entrepreneurship is a thing that finds you. You don't necessarily find it. I'm always wanted to be creative and wanted to disrupt. Wanted to go my own path, and also being a sportsman and being a millennial, I think, of most. I need my time to be flexible, so I fitted the entrepreneurship very well. Time, sometimes. I think a lot of time, there's not enough time for everything you want to do. In my business specifically, I think in South Africa you can struggle with just setting up your business. That takes a lot of time also. In SA Sure specifically, we struggled initially with compliance, adhering to compliance, and still staying competitive. We struggled a lot with that and paid a lot of school fees by trying to do it ourselves. But so you learn. So we ended up getting compliance people to do compliance, which is way better. Because you get compliance works in a way where you pay money to do it and pay fines if you don't do it. So you can pay double. But so basically it's a good lesson learned to employ people that have got knowledge about something. Read. Empower yourself with knowledge about the sector you're going to approach and the sector you're going to enter. If you think you have an idea and you just go blindly into it, you're going to burn your fingers very quickly. So I would say read up on it. Go visit people that's in the industry. Talk to them, learn from them. I always say there's no need to make the same 2 mistakes twice, So the only way you will know that is if you actually talk to the people that's in the industry. A very good friend in banking once told me to focus. Being creative, I tend to jump between 10 ideas in a meeting, and it's not only frustrating to myself, it's frustrating to your client or the people you speak to, and it's important to focus on the smallest details in your whatever you approach. If you make one mistake in setting up a product, you're going to lose a lot in the end of it. And also, I think balance is also a very important thing. If you only work and you don't balance family or friendships and all those kind of things, you won't necessarily have the power at the end of it to go through. To me, success means sleeping at night, actually. I tend to get very excited when I have a new idea, and you work through it and you work hard on it, and almost don't sleep until it's done. So I know when I sleep at night, I've worked hard and I've done my part. And also, I think when you sleep at night, your relationships are intact. The people you work with and the people that works for you, you're treating them right and in the correct manner. I've been lucky enough to have met a lot of influential people in my life. So it's difficult to just choose one. I think, like from my dad, I've learned a lot about leadership and relationships, which is very important in business. And then also, I think a guy like, I've probably learned more from business in one meeting with Yanni Maton than I've learned, my whole life. So I will say you have to take as much as you can in terms of knowledge from any other person that you can. So meeting people, every new person I meet in a new business, that's my inspiration and my hero, to say that. Yeah. Yes, I cannot stress enough the importance of relationships in entrepreneurship. Much like a plant. If you don't plant the seed and nurture it, your idea is not going to get somewhere. So you have to meet people. You have to share. You have to read. You have to read a lot. I think you won't always have the time to sit down and have a coffee with any big businessman. If you start a new business, getting a meeting with an important person might be difficult. So the importance of books again. You can, in one evening, learn business principles from Jack Welch, and also learn life principles from Alan Knott Craig. So so again, read. Disruptive. I like to disrupt. I like my idea to be something new. I don't want to take an older. Even if I take an old idea, it has to become new. And I think that's the future. I think that's where we're heading. If your idea don't disrupt people and don't unsettle people, it's not going to work.